Have you ever noticed that the louder someone talks about their life, the less control they seem to have? The truth is, oversharing isn't confidence. It's often a quiet way of asking for validation. Real strength usually hides behind silence. Look at Keanu Reeves. He's one of the most respected people in the world, yet you never see him caught up in drama or chaos. Most of his life is private, and that privacy has become his armor. The same was true for Marcus Aurelius, Charlie Munger, and Jocko Willink. The people who move quietly often move the most powerfully. Today, let's talk about 7 reasons a private life makes you stronger than you can imagine. The power of being unreadable. Think of someone who walks into a room and instantly changes. The energy, not because they're loud or flashy, but because nobody can quite figure them out. That mystery is magnetic. When people can't predict you, they can't limit you. Take Michael Jordan, for example. When he was cut from his high school basketball team, he didn't announce his comeback or talk about proving people wrong. He simply worked in silence. He trained alone, obsessed alone, and transformed alone. His silence didn't just make him better. It made him unstoppable. In psychology, this is called perception leverage. People fear what they can't predict, respect what they can't understand, and admire what they can't define. When you live privately, you become harder to read and harder to control. Privacy doesn't make you distant. It makes you untouchable, protecting your peace from emotional parasites. When you share too much of your life, you give people a doorway into your emotions, and not everyone who listens wants the best for you. I once knew a guy named Aaron. He posted everything online, his goals, his workouts, his business plans, even his relationship problems. Every time something went wrong, the same people who once cheered him on were the first to use that information against him. Compare that to the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who said, "If you want to improve, be willing to seem clueless to others." In other words, your peace grows when your life becomes harder to access. Privacy protects not just your data, but your energy. It keeps emotional manipulators from feeding on your openness. Because when you stop giving people access to your inner world, they lose the ability to control it. The strategic advantage of controlled information. The less people know about your plans, the less they can interfere. Think of Apple, one of the most secretive companies in the world. Even their own employees don't always know what others are building. That secrecy isn't random, it's strategic. It keeps ideas pure and progress-focused. The same goes for your personal goals. When you keep them private, you eliminate other people's doubts, opinions, and noise. You don't have to defend your dreams or explain your decisions. Your silence becomes your shield. In psychology, this is called information asymmetry. When one side knows more than the other, they hold the power. So when you're building something important, whether it's a new version of yourself or a new project, build quietly. Let your results make the announcement. Silence makes your actions bulletproof. People can't attack what they can't see. I once heard about a young woman who shared every part of her fitness journey online. Every slip-up, every cheat meal, every emotional breakdown became entertainment for strangers. The criticism crushed her progress. Then one day she stopped posting and trained in silence for 6 months. No updates, no hashtags, no promises. When she finally returned, she looked completely transformed. Not just physically, but mentally. Her growth was undeniable because it happened where no one could touch it. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." When you stop announcing your moves, your actions become attack-proof. You stop performing growth, and you actually grow. Private growth creates public shockwaves. Some of the most powerful transformations happen in silence. Take Jordan Peterson, the psychologist and author. After years in the spotlight, he disappeared while battling serious health issues. Critics thought he was finished. But quietly he rebuilt himself, physically, mentally, and spiritually. When he returned, he was stronger and more focused than ever. That's the power of private evolution. The Stoics called it the inner citadel, a fortress built inside your mind. When you grow privately, people only see the results, never the struggle. And that mystery makes your growth feel legendary. Everyone sees your outcome. No one understands your process. And that's exactly how power is built. Private relationships are stronger relationships. Privacy doesn't just protect your peace, It protects your people. Think about couples who share every moment online. The arguments, the trips, the love letters, the breakups. Eventually, they stop living for each other and start performing for an audience. The pressure destroys them. But couples who keep their relationship private create something different, a fortress. They don't owe the world updates or proof. They just live, love, and grow together without an audience. Marcus Aurelius warned about living for the approval of others. When you take your relationship off the stage, you finally get to meet each other as real people, not performers. Silence is where true connection grows. Privacy builds an aura others can feel. At the highest level, privacy turns into presence. Think of Muhammad Ali. Before his legendary fight with George Foreman, he trained in secret. He had strategies and moves no one knew about. When he stepped into the ring, that mystery became his weapon. He won before the first punch was thrown, because his silence created power. When you keep parts of yourself private, you build an aura people can sense but can't define. You walk into rooms with quiet confidence. People treat you differently because they can feel that you're not broadcasting your insecurities or seeking approval. You move like someone who knows something others don't, because you do. The truth is, the world rewards noise, but it respects silence. When you live privately, you gain control over your emotions, your growth, your relationships, and your direction in life. Every secret you keep, every boundary you set, every time you choose peace over performance, you build quiet power. So move quietly, build silently, and let your results make the noise.